welcome to another episode of The Actors Brand. My name is Helena Sante. If you're new to this channel, you are welcome. This is the Actors Lounge, the Actors Boutique, the Actors Movie Room. Here we talk everything about the actor's lifestyle, the actor's life, the career, navigating through the industry. We share real life experience, so you are welcome. Today I have an interesting question. As an actor, working actor, experienced actor, up and coming actor, would you do film school or nurture your raw talents through experience? Would you do film school or nurture your raw talent, build on your raw talent through experience? Send in your comments below. Would love to hear from you what your opinion is. Would you do film school or nurture your raw talent through experience? Now, before we get into the whole experience thing, let's talk about, so is acting a talent or a skill? And is acting a career or a hobby? I would say that acting is both talent and a skill. Why am I saying this? Talent, yeah, raw talents, and a skill because you can actually go to school to learn acting, to acquire the skill of acting. So it's both, because there are some top Hollywood actors or some actors who went to school to acquire the skill to become great professional actors. And there are actors who also did not go to film school and have built career for themselves through the nurturing of raw talents and experience. So it's a very interesting topic today. We're neither playing for film school nor raw talent and experience. I don't know. I think I kind of find myself in between here. I'm in between because they're both so important, not because I went to film school, no. But they're both so important. Important to go to film school to nurture your skill. Important to build on your raw talent. Because there are vast examples of successful actors out there who neither did film school and others did film school and they're all successful. My favorite actor, Johnny Depp, did not go to film school. Look how talented he is. Such a raw talent. I watched him in Pirates of the Caribbean and I fell in love with him. Now, if we go back to where I am from, Africa, oh my God. Lots of raw talent in Africa, lots of them. And there are a lot of raw talent, not just even in the film industry, but also in the entertainment industry in general. There are a lot of actors who, through raw talent, built experience and a career for themselves, successful career for themselves. Lots of them, all over Africa, lots of them. So it's centered for me here. Although we're going to look at advantages and disadvantages. Now, let's go back to, is acting a career or a hobby? Is acting a career or a hobby? Again, it's both. Acting is a career and it can also be a hobby. Although you don't need to even do acting forever. You don't need to do this hobby forever. You don't need to choose this career forever. I remember my time back in the day, my parents didn't even think that acting was a career. People thought that actors are like dropouts. They're school dropouts. In most cases, that's really the truth, because I dropped out from university to focus on my acting career. In most cases, what they say is true. I dropped out from university to focus on my acting career. So when people say actors are dropouts and all of that, somewhat is true, but not everybody. There are top actors who have degrees, who have PhDs, who have bachelors, and who have their masters. Then they're in acting because they love the craft. So let's not generalize that actors are dropouts, no. To be in this business, you need to have passion. You need to have love for it. This career can be very challenging and very rewarding. I have seen some rewarding days in my career when I started. I saw some rewarding days. It can be very challenging and very rewarding, but you've got to love it. You got to love it. You got to have passion for it. If you're coming into this career with the mindset of, I just want to be famous and that's it, well, then you're in for a ride. But if you're coming into it because you have love and passion coupled with raw talent, oh, the sky is not even your limit. Because this is a career, I tell my friends all the time, that this is the career that has no retirement age to it. It has no retirement age to it. And like I said, it can also be very challenging. So yeah, we are going to talk about advantages and disadvantages of film school and raw talent through experience. Let's define what experience and not define what experience. Let's talk about experience a little bit. Experience can be an eventful event, right? One eventful event. And experience can also be, accumulating knowledge. Now, when you accumulate knowledge, you can accumulate knowledge in your field of career, right? Doctors accumulate knowledge through medical school. Soccer players accumulate knowledge through practice, right? Training and practice. And you can say actors accumulate knowledge through practice as well, rehearsing all the time. Now, let me say this, that if you can afford film school, go to film school. If you can afford it. Again, if you have low self-esteem, but you love this career, you love acting, you have low self-esteem, you want to make a big career out of it, you want to build on your confidence, you can go to film school or take background acting jobs to build on your confidence. Again, you can either do film school or take background acting jobs. I spoke about background extra, being an extra on set on my other episode. If you haven't watched it, please go and watch it. Click and watch it, all right? You can take background jobs to build on your confidence. I would recommend film school only if you can afford it because it's very expensive. It took the grace of God for me to be able to go to film school. Yes, it took the grace and the favor of God for me to be able to do film school. Now, I had always wanted to do film school when I was a teenager, when I wanted to start my career, when I got out of senior high school. But I only managed to do film school in my late 30s. Now, is it too late? No, it's not too late. Was it too late for me? No. When you are a believer, when God speaks over your life, or when God destines you for something, like I said, in His infinite wisdom, He makes the path for you or creates the path for you in His time. In His time. I am sitting here today. This is never too late. Delay is not denial. I am able to sit here today because I have acquired knowledge, extra knowledge, coupled with experience. That's why I'm able to sit here today and share that with you. So it's never too late, and it was not a waste. Although being in film school, I realized that, wow, most of the things that I was being taught, 85% of them I have already experienced it. 85% of what I was taught in film school. I am fortunate and blessed to have had experience before going into film school. So it was an add-on, an extra knowledge, a double knowledge. So now I can sit here with all the confidence to say, I am a professional actor. So if you can afford film school, but you go to film school if you can afford it, but you so desire to go to film school but you cannot afford it right now, do not give up. Now let's move on. Advantages and disadvantages of film school and raw talent. Now, when you have raw talent, there are a lot of raw talent. There are a lot of raw talent in Africa. Africa is sitting on a lot of raw talent. I started my career from Ghana, West Africa. And some of the things that I know or I learned back in my career in Africa were quite similar to what I was taught in film school. And again, some of the things I was taught in film school, I had no idea about. that was taken advantage of in Africa. Now, did you know that as an actor, you have rights? There's a limit to what you and your fellow actor can do. You have the right to tell the director, I am not comfortable with this. You know about intimacy scenes? There are things as an actor you should not do when you're doing an intimate scene, that there are other options. For instance, if you have to kiss in a scene, you don't necessarily have to kiss for real. There are other options. We'll talk deep about that in my next episode. That's why you need to subscribe to this channel, because we have a lot to learn. And I have a lot to share. Did you know that? Even when you're acting, when you're doing an intimacy scene with a scene partner, you need to give a verbal consent. I am okay if you touch me like this. I am okay if you touch here. I am not okay if you touch me here. You have your rights. So as an actor, you need to know your rights. You need to understand this industry. You need to understand this craft, this career you're choosing for yourself. I keep saying it. If you're an up-and-coming actor, understand this career you're choosing for yourself. Back home, it's because we did not know some of these things. I would say that a lot was taken advantage of. Because there's this, if you are even though I did not know some of these things, I would say that I knew my worth. So there were some directors who thought that I was rude. So again, they will stereotype you, or they will sideline you, because when you speak up, Africa is a place that when you speak up, people are not comfortable. People think you don't respect. People think you're too stuck up. I remember back in Africa, I've had some issues with some directors because I would speak up about certain things. And then when you speak up, there's a probability that, okay, they're not going to call you for another job, and then they're not going to recommend you for another job, or you're not going to get jobs, so nobody wants to work with you. Well, it is true, and you'll be hungry for a couple of months, but trust in yourself. Believe in yourself, that when you stand for your right, when you stand for your self-respect, when you stand for your career, it will pay off at the right time. Some of the things I know now, I wish I knew them before, but then again, it's all part of the growing process and the learning process. So I'm sharing it with you today, up and coming actor out there. Do not let anyone take advantage of you. Now, this is the advantage of going to film school, because you will know that this is not just a hobby. It's a career. It's a business. It's your office. Now, would you let anyone come into your office and show you what painting you should put in your office, what color paint you should put in your office? Film school teaches you some of these things, how to build your career as business and not to be taken advantage of. Because there are a lot of people out there who would take advantage of you, who would exploit you when they know you do not know how the industry works. So you have to be very careful. You need to always acquire knowledge. You need to always learn something in your field or your career choice. And again, I keep saying this, if you're choosing this career for yourself, you need to be ready. You need to know what you're going into. I am big on raw talent. I am big on raw talent, nurturing your raw talent through experience. I am big on that. But if you have the opportunity to go to film school, to take any form of classes, short courses, because they are short courses to upgrade yourself, I would say go for it, because and to build your brand, to enhance to build your brand. Yeah, it's good to upgrade your brand and upgrade knowledge, because it can only make you better. So today, as we're talking about film school and building all your raw talent through experience, I would say it's a tie for me. It's both. Thank God I was able to do film school, and thank God I started my career through raw talent and experience. So I'm sitting here today, I am a combination of both. Raw talent through experience and film school. So I have a lot to share. I have a lot boiling in here to share. And going to film school, I keep saying that I thank God for it. It's just the doing of the Lord, because the word of God does not fall down to the ground empty. And his word is yea and amen. I prayed for film school. I prayed when I was a teenager. I prayed for film school. It happened for me in my life. And I am grateful. Now I'm just ready to explode. I am ready to explode. There's so much in here, so much experience, so much, acquired knowledge and extra talent. And I'm learning every day. I'm learning every day. So, to my young folks out there, Gen Zs, as they call them. Don't worry, I'm old school, please. Gen Zs, and millennials. Yes, I mean, we are all in this. If you have the chance to learn something around your career choice, take the opportunity. There are online short courses you can do. There are online short classes you can take. If you cannot afford any of that, nurture your raw talents. Download monologues. Download scripts. Do your own rehearsals at home in front of the mirror. Again, let the mirror be your friend. Do your own rehearsals at home. Do monologues. Repeat them to yourself all the time. So when that door opens, you're ready. When the audition comes up, your first trial for the audition, you might get lucky. And I remember we did on my previous episode, I talked about that talent is not everything, it's your connections, right? And today we're talking about raw talent or film school. Now, what makes an actor unique? What makes an actor unique? It's basically good technique with raw talent, right? Coupled with connections. Now your network. But before you even get networking, you need to get your foot through the door. Now, before I forget this, if you know that you want to take your career international, if you're in Africa and you know that you someday want to take your career international, you want to do bigger projects, because we know that Africa is limited when it comes to resources for filming, right? Africa is limited when it comes to resources for filming. That is why we have limited content when it comes to scripts and production. Because some of the facilities, you can write a good script, but there are no facilities for you to even do such production. Not just facilities, but equipment. So if you know that you want to take your career international, do not miss the opportunity to learn something, to take classes online, to upgrade yourself, to understand, okay, which union is out there? What is my right? What is the pay SATA? And what is my limit as an actor? Learn, upgrade yourself. Thank God for Google. Now everything is on Google, that if you go on Google, you can search, do your research, learn all the time, know the crafts. And I keep saying, so that when that door opens, you are ready. You've got to learn it. Now, my only disadvantage about film school is it kind of also makes you like a stereotype actor or a method actor. Like it cannot, it does not give you that unique performance. Like you would act in this. I noticed that when I was in film school, that you turn to want to act in a certain way because you're told that this is how it is. That's one of the disadvantages for me. You turn to act in a certain way because you're told this is it. But when it comes to raw talent, you're versatile. You're that chameleon actor. You can change, you can transform. So there are advantages, there are disadvantages on this topic. Film school, raw talent through experience, they both have advantages and disadvantages. What works for you? What is your preference? What the stage you find yourself in now? What do you think you need? Do you think you need film school, or do you think you need to continue to build on your raw talent through experience, by going for auditions, by taking classes online, by upgrading yourself or learning a skill, an additional skill. Now, since we're talking about school, let me just chip this in. If you're an actor and you're in school, academics, let me talk about academics. You're in the university studying a course. Please do not give that up for acting. Make sure you complete your academics. Get that degree. You're doing your master's, get that degree. Make sure you complete your academics. It's very important. As much as this career can be very rewarding, it can also be challenging. Now, when that job does not come, the acting job does not come every day, you will have a degree to give you that side work. You have a degree to give you that side employment to pay your bills. So getting your degree as an actor is very important, so that nobody says actors are dropouts anymore. So please, if you have the opportunity and you're in school, please do not give that up for acting just so you chase your acting career. I sit here today and I wish that I did not drop out from university to chase my acting career. It was a choice I made. And thank God, God gave me the opportunity to balance it with film school today. But if you're up and coming out there, please do not give up your education, your academics for acting. Focus on that. Get your degree. Acting is not going anywhere. Like I said, this is the only career that does not have an expiring or retirement age to it. You can act when you're 50. You can act when you're 60. You can act when you're 40. It has no retirement age to it. You can choose to decide when you don't want to act anymore. It's one career that you can decide what you want. So do not give up on your academics. Okay, thank you so much. I hope this has been an interesting topic. Should we do a part 2 of this? Because I feel like there's still more to talk about. Or what you think? Send me your comments. Send your comments below if you think there's still more we should talk about. If I did not stress on something for you, let me know. Thank you so much for watching this. I feel very inspired. I'm learning skills myself. I'm learning some skills. I'm learning gun handling. I'm learning. Thank you. Send in your comments. Let me know what you think. Would appreciate it. See you on my next episode. Thank you. Bye.